Travel connects us, builds bridges, and opens minds. It's more than just a journey from one place to another, it's a way for people to share stories, traditions, and experiences that shape our understanding of the world. Every year, millions of people cross borders, eager to explore new cultures and create memories that last a lifetime. For decades, the US has been a top destination, drawing millions from around the world. From the bright lights of Times Square to the breathtaking views of the Grand Canyon, America's landmarks have long been magnets for travelers seeking adventure, inspiration, and connection. But today, July 8, 2025, a shocking report reveals 3 million fewer international tourists than expected. The numbers are staggering, and the impact is immediate. Airports that once bustled with excitement now echo with emptiness. This isn't a slow decline, it's a sudden, gaping hole in American tourism. The drop-off has left businesses and communities reeling, unsure of what comes next. Imagine empty airplane seats, vacant hotel rooms, and quiet restaurants from coast to coast. The ripple effect is felt everywhere, from bustling cities to small towns that rely on visitors to keep their economies alive. This silent crisis is felt deeply in communities nationwide. Local shops, tour guides, and small businesses that depend on tourism are facing uncertainty and hardship. Why are so many people turning away from the American dream vacation? What has changed to make the US less inviting or less accessible to the world's travelers? Tourism weaves through our economy, supporting jobs and businesses we often overlook. From hotel staff and restaurant workers to taxi drivers and tour operators, millions depend on a steady flow of visitors. When that thread frays, we lose not just revenue, but vital connections and opportunities for cultural exchange. The absence of visitors means fewer chances to share our stories, learn from others, and build lasting relationships across borders. We must understand why this is happening, and how to make America a welcoming, accessible destination once again. Only by addressing these challenges can we restore the vibrant spirit of travel and ensure that America's welcome mat is open to the world. Tourism is more than iconic landmarks. It's a powerful economic engine. International visitors inject new money into our economy, supporting millions of jobs. From housekeepers to tour guides, these are real livelihoods for American families. When tourism thrives, communities prosper. When it falters, workers feel the pain first. Tourist spending ripples through the economy, supporting local vendors, grocery stores, and public services. Entrance fees and taxes from visitors help maintain parks, museums, and city infrastructure. Tourists help pay for the quality of life residents enjoy. Without their contribution, local taxpayers shoulder a heavier burden. The vibrancy of our communities depends on this steady flow. When tourism drops, the entire economic web is at risk. The loss of 3 million tourists isn't just a statistic. It's a story that unfolds in every empty street, every closed gate, and every silent attraction across America. Behind these numbers are real people, whose lives and livelihoods are directly affected by the sudden drop in visitors. Hotels in cities like Orlando and New York, once bustling with travelers from around the world, now face plummeting occupancy rates. With fewer guests, management is forced to make difficult decisions, cutting staff, reducing hours, and sometimes closing their doors altogether. Housekeepers, front desk agents, and restaurant workers, people who keep these places running, see their paychecks shrink and their job security evaporate. Restaurants, too, are hit hard. With fewer customers, business slows to a crawl. Owners are forced to cut back on shifts, leaving employees anxious about their next paycheck and their future. Many in the hospitality industry live paycheck to paycheck. A reduction in hours or a lost job can mean missing rent, falling behind on bills, or struggling to put food on the table. The stress is constant and the uncertainty is overwhelming. For service workers, tips are a lifeline. When tourists disappear, so do the tips, leaving many in a financial crisis with no safety net to fall back on. It's not just hotels and restaurants. Taxi drivers wait for fares that never come. Street performers play to empty sidewalks. Market vendors stand by their stalls, hoping for a customer who never arrives. These aren't faceless corporations. They're small business owners, family-run shops, and independent workers who depend on tourism to survive. Every lost tourist means fewer sales, fewer tips, and less money in the register. For many, it's a direct hit to their daily earnings and their ability to support their families. Across the nation, financial hardship and uncertainty grow as the steady flow of visitors dries up. Main streets that once thrived on tourism now face shuttered storefronts and empty sidewalks. The ripple effect is relentless, touching every corner of the service sector. From airports to restaurants, from hotels to local attractions, the impact is felt everywhere. For many families, this isn't just a tough season, it's a threat to their way of life. The stress of making ends meet grows with each passing day, as hope for recovery seems further away. The disappearance of tourists is more than just a drop in numbers, it's families struggling to get by, parents making tough choices, and children feeling the effects of financial strain. The crisis may be silent, but its impact echoes loudly in American communities. The absence of visitors is felt in every quiet park, every closed event, and every empty street. The question remains, how do we bring them back? How do we restore hope and opportunity to the millions whose lives depend on the return of travelers? The impact of fewer tourists goes far beyond hotels and restaurants. Local laundries lose contracts as hotel occupancy drops, forcing layoffs. Food suppliers, farmers, bakers, distributors see orders shrink, threatening small businesses. Truck drivers and warehouses feel the slowdown as fewer goods move. Retailers suffer as tourists who buy everything from souvenirs to clothing disappear. Small shop owners face overstocked shelves and tough choices about staying open. Construction and maintenance projects are delayed or canceled, costing local jobs. Even routine repairs are put off, hurting contractors and tradespeople. The economic web is tightly woven. When tourism unravels, every link feels the strain. Main Street businesses, often unseen by visitors, are hit just as hard. The loss of tourists ripples through every layer of the local economy. Recovery depends on restoring this vital flow. To truly fix the problem of declining tourism, we must first dig deep and understand why so many travelers are choosing to stay away from the United States. It's not just a single issue, but a combination of factors that are keeping visitors at bay. America's image abroad is shaped every day by headlines filled with stories of unrest, political division, and rising crime rates. These images and stories travel fast, painting a picture of uncertainty and instability that can make potential tourists think twice. Safety concerns are at the top of many travelers' minds. Families in particular are hesitant to visit places where they feel their well-being might be at risk, and they often turn to online reviews and safety apps for reassurance. The visa process for entering the US is often long, expensive, and complicated. Many travelers, faced with endless paperwork and long waits at embassies, simply choose destinations where entry is easier and more affordable. Stories of tough border experiences, intense questioning, long waits, and sometimes even denial of entry spread quickly online and by word of mouth, making the US seem unwelcoming or even hostile to newcomers. Political tensions, both within the US and in its relations with other countries, can make visitors feel unwelcome or even targeted. Rhetoric in the news and on social media can amplify these feelings, discouraging travel. Travel is an emotional experience. If visitors sense that their culture isn't respected or that they won't feel at home, they're likely to choose destinations where they feel more accepted and valued. Meanwhile, other countries are stepping up their game, aggressively marketing themselves, streamlining their visa processes, and offering better value for money. They're making it easier and more attractive for tourists to choose them instead. The US can no longer assume it's the default choice for international travelers. Attractions that were once bustling are now quiet, and the competition for tourists' attention is fiercer than ever. If the US is seen as too expensive, too difficult to visit, or simply unwelcoming, travelers have plenty of alternatives. They're comparing prices, experiences, and ease of travel, and often America is losing out. The competition is fierce, and America's edge is slipping away. Other destinations are thriving while US attractions and businesses feel the impact of fewer visitors. Understanding these reasons in detail is the crucial first step to reversing the trend. Only by acknowledging the challenges can we begin to address them. To win back visitors, we must tackle perception, improve the travel process, and update our policies. It's time to make the US a welcoming, accessible, and exciting destination once again. For many, the cost of a US trip is simply too high. Airfare from Europe or Asia is expensive, often more than visiting multiple other countries. Hotel prices in major cities are among the world's highest. Budget accommodations are scarce, forcing travelers into pricier options. Daily expenses, food, transportation, attractions, add up fast. Public transit is limited, so tourists rely on costly taxis or ride shares. Entrance fees for museums and theme parks can be prohibitive for families. A strong US dollar makes everything feel even more expensive. Tourists compare costs and often find better value elsewhere. When the math doesn't add up, America loses out. Feeling welcome and safe is crucial for travelers. International headlines about gun violence and unrest make the US seem risky. The travel process, stressful visas, tough customs, can feel intimidating. Stories of unfriendly border experiences spread online, deterring future visitors. Concerns about discrimination or hostility add to the anxiety. People want to relax and enjoy their vacation, not worry about safety or hassle. Other destinations offer a more relaxed, harmonious environment. America's reputation for hospitality is built on millions of small interactions. Overcoming negative perceptions requires real change, not just marketing. We must send a message of genuine welcome and safety to the world. If this decline continues, the consequences will be severe. Business closures will ripple from hotels and restaurants to suppliers and retailers. Job losses will spread across the economy, not just hospitality. Cities and states will lose tax revenue, forcing cuts to public services. Cultural institutions, museums, theaters will struggle without tourist support. America will become more insular, losing opportunities for cross-cultural exchange. Our global influence, our soft power, will diminish. As tourism infrastructure shrinks, the country becomes less appealing, creating a downward spiral. Skills and expertise in hospitality may be lost for a generation. Rebuilding will take decades if we lose our status as a top destination. The time to act is now. The decline isn't irreversible. America can win back tourists. First, streamline the entry process. Faster visas, simpler applications, and a friendlier border experience. Promote affordable destinations beyond the big cities, and encourage budget-friendly accommodations. Partner with airlines and rail companies for travel deals that showcase America's diversity and value. Address safety and welcome through real action, clean, safe public spaces, and genuine hospitality. Launch a national campaign to share the real, welcoming America with the world. Use cultural exchanges, influencers, and positive stories to reshape perceptions. Every American can be an ambassador, making visitors feel valued. Government, industry, and citizens must work together to rebuild. By being more accessible, affordable, and welcoming, we can restore the flow of visitors. It's time to roll out the welcome mat, wider and more sincerely than ever before.